Let's just play through the thing. I had another video open in the background. Whoopsie. I know you can hear me. Hello. Hello everybody, welcome. How are we all doing? So I know I've already done a video today, so this will just be a stream very much focusing on on the price action that that we get during this session. So we'll keep it, we'll see what happens during the CPI print. We'll see what the numbers are. We can talk about some random stuff, but if anyone wants a bigger overview on the market, then yeah, you'll have to watch the video I posted this morning. So who's watched the video from this morning and who hasn't watched the video from this morning? In the meantime, I'm feeling like I feel like I need to stand for a bit, so hold on. Okay. That's better. And now the camera's like that. Oh my God. Yep. All right. So who do we have in here? We've got Brendan, P, Brian, Jay, Young Super. We've got Christopher. We've got May. We've got Jason, Linkers, Baz, Quartioop, Hemen, Starkers, Bear, Christopher Hall, Ozil, Mark, Yellow, Desi. Cool. All right. Flick through the important parts. What's all this about Starkers? I have no idea. Querteep says 19.1 before CPI with bearish data. Nice stream. Nice dream, but not possible in my opinion. Let me go and read what CPI means. All right, cool. So what we'll do now, this is what I was looking for this morning, was for a rise up into golden pocket and then get a move down. But because we're having this so close to CPI, I think we're probably going to end up taking the highs. And I think we're probably, maybe, hopefully, potentially going to take those highs as the data comes in. And I get the, how I would plan for this is, let's see what happens here. We could just move down and then it's all very like internal and we don't really do much during the CPI data that comes out because I think everyone's expecting it. We've already had a big event. So this could actually end up being like a real like non-event. We're not sure yet. But what I would favor at this stage is come and take the highs within the next 20 minutes or so. And flush afterwards. Again, it seems like the obvious thing, but long positions haven't really been tested at all since New Year, have they? really. Like, realistically, long positions just haven't been tested. It's been very, very chill. It's been very relaxed, holding those long positions. We've been on a real good run, but there is still some downside here that could play out. And if we are to, at this stage, get caught below daily open or something, we don't know. Like, it could start to get very, very messy to the downside. So it would be nice to see the highs taken and to see something like that. So we know, I mean, it's, 20 minutes from now, we're going to get the data release. I don't really think it matters what is on the data. I think the only thing that we could see something really like a massively adverse reaction. Let me bring up the website at the moment. Anyway, also, if there is anyone new here, please do go visit torrescrypto.com. There's our website. You can learn more about our community. But in terms of the actual, here we go, the data that's coming out. Let's zoom in on this and you can have a little look over here. So we are forecast for an improvement. Okay, CPI is forecast to be negative 0.1%, which means that there is no inflation, it is deflation. Okay, so prices are no longer increasing, they're starting to come back down. We're looking for a good read on the year on year. And core CPI, now this is taking out, so core CPI removes energy, food, essentials, basically, I believe, something along those lines. That's still looking as if it's going to be going higher. So I don't really think that the numbers, it's not much really. We've also got the unemployment claims coming out today. So unless we were to see, let's say the actual here ends up as like a 0.1, like ends up over, so ends up kind of beating, although it's a bad thing. If the data that comes out ends up like 0.1 or something, and then your core CPI ends up at like 0.5, then that could really like, that could be some big downside. But I think we're probably going to come in as expected. I mean, it is the first one the first one of the year. So maybe there's going to be a bit of weirdness around this. Let me see. So, food and energy prices. So, there we go. So this is what the, excluding food and energy is the core CPI. And yes, as, who was it? Bear said, energy and food are the most important, lol, clown market. Exactly. Everyone's focusing on this CPI, thinking like, oh, okay, things are going down. But that's like the price of children's toys and PlayStations and like clothes, which we can do without. I mean, but everyone needs food and energy. So they're still inflating. The prices are still going up for those to the consumer. So yeah, although not to the producer. So PPI we would expect to go down. But that's the details on that. So we'll go back over onto the chart and we will have a little look at what is going on. So overall, okay, in terms of the technicals, we've got to move up a tick size. Like, it's the first time for ages that we've had to move up a tick size. So clearly, all right, massive single prints, huge selling tail on the day yesterday. That's a big void in which to fill. And you got a lot of targets to the downside now. And this area, this 16.8, if we do start to drop, you could still come down that far. Like, that wouldn't be completely insane. I don't think we're going to do it today, but or tomorrow. But as I said previously, there is a very high, it would be very unusual for the market to leave this area behind on a weekly close. So there is still the potential there that we could get a mega dump if things come in a little bit, if inflation comes in a little bit hotter than people were expecting. It's very similar here on Ethereum. Okay, we're looking down at that 1,260. If there is a mega dump that really starts to throw everyone off, and you just, in these kind of situations, you'd be looking at what happened at the CPI in November, which was this. Okay, so we had a pretty big pump. and we shorted this, and it went all the way down here. Yeah, so it can happen again. It can quite easily happen again. This is the one, isn't it? If I just put on, or was it back here? Oh no, it was this one. It was this one. This was the CPI dump that we traded before. So this was the September one. Okay, we had the really like nice grind up, and then it just all fell apart, and you ended up taking the lows within a few days. So we do have to be aware, but this is the first time we've really seen a heavy impulse throughout a lot of, for as long as I think a lot of us can really remember. There was the idea to take the trade as a short here and to take it down there, but in the end, so many eyes watching that level that if you are going to break it, it's going to squeeze like hell, and you just need to get out as quickly as you can. Otherwise, you're going to end up being like a big target for those liquidations, and a lot of liquidations did come in. A lot of people who have been shorting this level, which is fine to do, but you want to be invalidated there. You don't want to be riding a short through all of this. You want to be out of it. Once you're invalidated, once you've taken this high and it hasn't SFP'd and come back down again, you want to be out of that trade as quickly as possible. So, yeah, there's still potential that there could be downside. But on the other hand, there is real opportunity now that this market has a chance to hold back within the previous range and starts to push up towards that 19,200 and potentially even higher from this. Okay, so there is a real opportunity here for the market to start a new cycle that could be weeks, months maybe of like trending price action in the same way that we've been trending down for the past year. We could put in a good few weeks at the very least of a move up. So how long do we have? We've got 15 minutes. So I promised to go over a macro view, and I see Young Super is in here. So I'm going to do a little macro idea, and this is not a macro idea, but just to talk about what has, like what we've seen over the previous couple of cycles. So I posted this morning in the crew section. Okay, and this is in log. So the bull market of 2015 to 2017, okay, from the low of that bear market to the all-time high was 1,068 days. Okay, move my head out of the way. 1,068 days. We then went through a bear market of all-time high down to the lows of the bear market of 364 days, 1 year minus 1 day. Okay, and that was from December until December, basically. The next bull market, the one that we've just gone through, and now we're in the bear market now, 1,062 days of bull market from the low to the high of that cycle. So 1,068 compared to 1,062, and ending in, on this occasion, November. To the lows, there we have 364 days when we had the FTX crash, the final capitulation. Okay, and that was exactly a year minus a day that we had the bear market. So we could see we could be here, we could be, and I wouldn't say we're looking at this and we're looking at this big run, but from where we are, if we do have a look at these two sections in the chart, things start to look eerily similar. Now, I'm not a big macro guy. This was a bit more of that kind of thing, and we break. So I'm thinking that maybe we could be around here, and then price starts to hold back above what was previous resistance. So we could be around here, and then we're looking at maybe a grind up or something along those lines. So what I'd quite like to see at this stage is a move into this, kind of come along, and then we can get a decent move up from that. But I still don't think the low, like, ultimately, I still think that there's a very good chance that we can see significantly lower prices. So I'm not looking at anything too drastic, But let's say we have a move up to say 26k or something, and then we'd be looking down at that move towards the yearly level around about that 14,000 would be very important, taking out some lows around here before getting a really big push towards the end of the year. Okay, so that's something that's just been, I guess going through my mind recently, and something that I think could potentially happen with the market. So that's a little bit of, high time frame forecasting, nothing too specific, but something I do want to cover on the stream because we've had people asking about it. I need some more water. I always get these like weird headache flashbacky things. Strange. So we have 10 minutes to go until the whatever it is that we're waiting for comes in. My mind has gone crazy. I don't know why this keeps happening to me on streams. It's always like it's a trigger on streams that I end up getting these like weird brain foggy things where I'm always like having a daydream in my head. It's very confusing. And suddenly everything feels like deja vu, like I've said everything loads and loads and loads and loads of times before, but maybe I'm dying. I hope I'm not. But I just completely lose my train of thought. It's kind of weird. So where were we? We'll go back to the chat and we can, we can have a look at what people are talking about in there. And we'll go back onto this chart for a moment. Does anyone else experience that? Where they get like massive senses of deja vu and it's almost like you go into a daydream state. It's very weird, and it's happened to me a few times on stream recently. And it never happens outside of streaming. It's only when I'm streaming. Maybe it's just because I'm talking too much on a computer, a big screen in my face. Okay. Let's have a look. Young Super. No, I do not need a beer. Let me get that chair out of the way. Sorry, I know the background flashes a lot behind me. At some point, I will sort out a proper background for this, so it's not so flashy and weird. DXY 102.5 will be hit very soon. Oh yes, this has been what we've been waiting for ages. My brain's starting to come back to me now. Thank you. So this is what we've been waiting for. Okay, so although we took the short on Bitcoin and it didn't play out, I mean, it was minimal loss. So if anyone watches the video that I did today, we made a minimal loss on that. And I've been tracking the trade. So if we go over onto here, you're about to be blinded. Okay, warning, warning, warning. White screen. Okay, so this is the trade tracker that we're using within the crew at the moment. And I did actually make more than a 1R loss. Okay, so it went beyond my invalidation and I closed out of it. This is because I used soft stop losses and I ended up closing out of that trade a little bit late. At the moment, I need to adjust that trade journal because it's not relative to my own account. I'm trying to just make it as kind of, I need to figure it out properly. But I did make a bit more than a 1R loss on that. I lost more than I initially had planned to do just because it was so impulsive and I had to close out at a higher price. And these things happen. That's the risk that you take by having soft stop losses is sometimes when the market does impulse. It's not often, but sometimes when the market does impulse, you can lose more than you were hoping for. But as long as you're one of the first out, it's okay. Yeah, as long as you're one of the first out, you're still cool with that. You're still okay. Anyway, DXY, we are coming down into that 102.5 zone that we've been speaking about since December. Okay, this is where we were looking for. This is the big support that we were looking for. And I mean, we've been calling this with quite a lot of accuracy over the past few months, really. And we'll see, could that set off a mega rally on the dollar? And then we're just looking at this on Bitcoin as a bull trap, and then we come back down and take the lows again. There's certainly a possibility we can do something like that. So yeah, certainly a possibility. Something else that I've seen today, and I don't really use this anymore. We know about the bullish RSI divergence, but I think I saw on the MACD, I don't even know what I saw on the MACD. Who knows? Whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I saw on there. Anyway, we're getting a little pullback. Okay, ooh, 8 minutes. 8 minutes to go, and we are dropping. So I don't know if I intend to trade this. Let's go over onto here, and we can look at where we might find some good trades. We're just coming into the daily point of control. So this could be like, if you look at where we are, so we had the range here, we put in the daily point of control, we flipped it, we're testing it. I do still think getting a push up here within the next 10 minutes or so, and at this point, look, you've got everything lining up together. You want to be aiming for those outer VWAP bands, and I don't know if we are... Oh, this is all looking good, because this is the strategy I normally do. I look for the outer VWAP bands, and I'd look to short this, long this. Okay, very, very, very simply. So you've got your daily open within this zone here. So I'm looking for longs around 17,950. This is what I would do. I don't know if I'm going to take a trade. We'll see how it looks when the data comes in. And I would look for shorts above the previous high, which takes you into this outer VWAP band around about 18,400. So we'll set a couple of alerts. So 18,400. It would just be an SFP at that stage, and it's on log, and your outer VWAP band has come down to the daily open essentially. So this is the kind of thing I would look towards. So if we can go up, down, that would be good for me. I would probably trade it if we go up, down. If we go down, up, then I would expect maybe something a bit more along the lines of this, and you maybe don't come up and take those highs, and it just leaves, because shorts of yeah, people are wanting to get into short positions now after such a move up, so we may get a situation where they don't get rewarded. So yeah, we'll pay attention. The market's starting to heat up a little bit now with this. We know our levels, we know what it is that we would probably like to trade if we get the opportunity to do so. And what I will do is why have these not got my standard deviations on this? They should be in there. Oh, here we go. That's not working. This VWAP thing. I'm probably doing something very wrong. Anyway, forget it. This is what we're looking at. ES close to macro resistance. Oh yeah, this is the other thing. This is the other thing that we were waiting for. Are we? We're nearly there. We're nearly at 4,000. That is what I wanted. I think it's a lot to ask, isn't it, for the S&P, for the ES to... Oh, ES is at 4,000. Right. So the S&P is lagging behind slightly. So do we have... I was still looking a little bit high, but 4,000 is what I was looking for on the ES. The S&P is slightly behind that right now. So yeah. Where is heat chart on buy and sell orders? What do you mean, like Trading Light? I don't currently have a subscription to Trading Light. They used to give me a free one, and now they don't, because not a lot of you guys started using the service. And to be honest, I don't want to pay for it because I barely use it. So yeah, give me a free one and I'll start using it on stream again. If anyone wants to hit up Trading Light and say, give Taurus a free account, so whatever, then feel free to do so. I'm not going to pay for them again. Yeah, DXY making new lows again here. When Crypto Poker Channel? Maybe soon. Oh, I always get those zoning out things when I'm really thirsty. And because I went for a run today, I think that's why I may be feeling it more. What chart should we watch? Should we watch this one? This is the one that's going to give us the better indication of what's going on right now. Here comes 3 minutes to go. Just my opinion, but after yesterday's push, I feel like some whales are getting itchy fingers. I can see a very volatile season. Do you mean a very volatile season, as in like this continuous volatility really starts to pick up, or volatile session? I would agree to a volatile session. I don't know if we'll get a volatile season. I guess it just depends on how things go. Young Super, no, I can't. I'm being sensible this year. The only reason I had a drink on whatever day it was that I streamed last Tuesday was because I was literally just back here testing it to see if the internet had worked. And you guys made me. Peer pressure. I'm not going to have another beer today. It's daytime and I need to work. You're not going to get me with peer pressure today. DXY is moving. Moving. Should we watch the dollar? Dollar's going to put in a low, Bitcoin's going to put in a high, and we're all going to bounce. Look, it's coming by alert. Here we go. Well, do I continue? I mean, we had a very... Whoa, what is this? Come on, I just wanted it to hit this little box. Little front run so far. But look, a little front run of both. Frustrated. What is the data? What is the data? What do we have? Dump. Okay, so it wasn't up and then down, which is cool. And it's up again. Whoa! Up and down. Look at it. Look at the green boxes doing their job. Daily open, bounce. You could have just scalped. Bang, bang, bang. 3 times. Green box here. Box here. Take the highs. Continuation. Way. There we go. That's looking fun. Dollars pumping as it came into the zone that we were looking at as well. Jeez. Daily open's holding us for now. Hey, that was a bit of entertainment. What is the data? How did it come in? Actual data is literally exactly as forecast. Like, look at this. Exactly the same. 0.1, 0.1, 6.5, 6.5, 0.3, 0.3. Exactly as expected. So, maybe that's it. Maybe that's what we've got. Maybe that's all it's going to give us today. Because in these events, you often just wipe out both sides and then return to the norm. And it just starts to chill out for a bit. So when it is as expected and neither side really has an edge, it just clears both both sides of the trade. So maybe we could still expect maybe a move up from this, but because I think people wanted to get into those short positions, like I was saying earlier, this is what you would really like. You want to get a short of an SFP, don't you? Because you're aware that things could just keep pumping as we've been in such an uptrend for such a long time. But it didn't do it. So it didn't really get people into those short positions. Maybe it did on spot, but you can't short spot. So let's have a look at the Coinbase chart. Did it take the highs? Yes, it did. So spot took the highs, perps didn't, and that's quite significant. Okay, so that means that this may be the high. I'd say there's a higher probability now that high is in, because you don't want to really give people the opportunity to get into those short positions. You don't want an SFP off of these highs. It's too easy, right? It's too easy. You don't want to reward those. All these people that are maybe been stopped out of all of these long positions on the way up, they're like, oh cool, if it takes the high, I'm just going to take a short and I'll make all my money back. Now they've not had the opportunity to do that, and now we find ourselves back within the range, and this is where it starts to become dangerous. So now you're just going to get lots of people trying to enter on both sides of the market, and that's when it becomes a bit risky, right? It becomes a bit tricky to trade. So if we're looking at the order flow off of this, so we did go both boxes. That's done. I'd be more inclined to say downside now, because it hasn't enabled people to get into those shorts. So I would favor a bit more downside, or just chill out and end up back at the daily point of control on the VWAP again. Maybe it being a bit more of a non-event. USDT. And you don't really want to be letting them into short positions so easily. What's this about? Hey, the dollar. Look at the DXY. Into my box. Let's see what happens here. So there is the alert. This is what we've been looking at for since almost a month. Right, we've been looking for this move down into 102.5. Not quite there yet, but 102.5 is what we really wanted to see on the dollar. And then you can start thinking maybe big low being put on the dollar in comparison to other stuff. And you're starting to look at a major reversal across markets. So it's been risk on for a while. Yeah, it's been risk on for a while. The dollar's been pulling back. But you might want to start getting rid of that risk, go a little bit more risk off, be aware that there could be some downside to come here. Or if we can push through this, yeah, if we can start to push through this, then it actually starts to look like, yeah, I guess it all depends on the positioning of the traders right now. But if we can start to push through and the dollar continues to drop, then yeah, stream's lagging. What can I close out? I've just got too much stuff running. I'm going to close some things. Don't need all this data in the background. Hopefully that will just speed things up a little. That's looking a bit better. Yeah, we all good? So this is So we're still mainly just contained within that channel, aren't we, at the moment? Just hanging out around the VWAP. No real push from either side. Top 10 facts. Market looks bullish for risk assets since forecast turned out to be true. I mean, but it would have been priced in before, okay? Everyone knows that this data is likely to come in. So the market's priced in that, okay? The market knows that it's likely that we're going to see deflation, although on the stuff that doesn't really matter so much. It's not including energy, it's not including food. So the real cost of living, probably more or less unchanged, maybe still increasing at this stage. So it's not as bullish as you would think. Like we've had a what since the last CPI, which was all the way back here, we've had a move up of, so CPI was this event here, and then we took the lows. We're 15% up, right? Is the market really 15% better off than it was a month ago? Maybe, when you actually look at the way that this trades, but yeah. And then if you look at the stuff like the NASDAQ and the S&P and everything, I mean, we're looking at a month ago. I can't remember when CPI was then. I guess we're still, because big like crypto's done a lot better, hasn't it, than yeah. Mountain climber, US won't even feel the last two hikes until March-ish. It's lagging. I think, yeah, I'd agree. I think that goes along with what I'm saying on like the higher time frames and the more of a look into what we're likely to see in the future. Is that let me just put if we do start dumping down again, and if we do take out these highs again, I'll do that. But I think that might be it. Yeah, I think that might be it for now. I think we've had the fun from CPI, and it's always internal. You don't really, it's not often that it, we had it in November, didn't we? Where it like completely had just been grinding and grinding and grinding, and then it just fell off of the cliff. But for now, we've got a pretty decent range here. I think everyone's expecting a big move. I think this just could, yeah, do whatever. Lucas, was I just itching my butt? No, I wasn't. But now I feel itchy because I've said the word itchy. My butt doesn't get itchy. ETH didn't take the highs either. Look, I really want ETH to come into the little red box up here. It would be nice, right? We came back into this box, but ETH we're still waiting for. So can Ethereum continue to push a bit? Yes, Biden's having a speech as well. So I don't know what that's gonna like, whether that's gonna do anything, to be honest. Because let's say if CPI had missed and we were looking a lot worse than say predicted, then Biden would probably just blame it on Russia. And if it come in better than expected, he'd probably go, oh, yeah, we're out of the recession and everything's looking good. And, everything's going to be okay, guys. But it's just come in as expected. So, yeah, he's just going to be like, oh, yeah. Yeah, we knew. Everything's fine. Sorry. I'm fiddling with AirPods case. Hey. Biden will attempt a speech. He'll probably sound like I did. Yeah, I need to start the copy trading thing again now that I've got a decent internet connection, and now that that's a thing that I can get back to doing. Although having said a decent internet connection, we did just drop out momentarily a few minutes ago, so maybe I need to look into that. It should be fast enough though. I think it's more just because I had way too much stuff running. When I've got like a 25 tabs on ExoCharts all running data, because I don't use, I haven't updated this yet, so I haven't got the one where you can just, I have everything loaded because I don't like it when you have to reload every time. So I'm using way too much data. What am I talking about? Where was I? It was oh yeah, I need to start the copy trading thing again. That's what I was saying. What else is going on across the market? Gold's hit the 618. Gold's come up into here. So we were looking at this, like coming up into this, taking the highs, coming back down, seeing if that can do anything. Silver bounced. Gold. Oof. Oil, sorry. Gas taking the low. Ooh. Oh, there's a lot going on in commodities. Yesterday, natural gas taking out these lows. Big corrective move back down to the low of the range. Oh man. Dollar maybe reaching a low. S&P coming into resistance. Gas reaching a low. Oil having a rebound. Gold reaching a high. Bitcoin's been rallying. Could be a tricky few months coming up. Chill there. Bybit Inverse got the scam wick, yeah. Stopped everyone out. Got people into the shorts. I think downside. If we're looking at this, like we're back at the VWAP now. So next trade setup on BTC, please. I mean, if USDT, so we so often see this, okay, if one takes the high and the other doesn't, we often come back and take it on the other one. So if we can come up and take the high on the USDT pair, a short back into VWAP at that stage, we're just right back as we were. We're right back where we started again. We're at the daily point of control. We're at the VWAP. We're at the midpoint of the channel for the day. So I'd favor short positions. I think I'd favor short positions. So I'd sell. If gun to my head and I was like, you're either going to buy Bitcoin right now and take a stop, you'll get a bullet if it takes out the highs, or you're going to sell Bitcoin right now and you're going to get a bullet. No. Yeah, you either buy Bitcoin now and you get a bullet if it comes down here, or you sell Bitcoin now and you get a bullet if it comes up here. I would probably choose to sell. And I think we're maybe slightly more likely to do that, but I mean, it's done the two trades that I would have wanted to do. Okay, this is like, these are the two trades I would have wanted to do. You're short here, you're long here. It's done both of them. If you've enabled yourself enough little wiggle room within that, then you're golden, you're cool. So it's done them both. And now you're just back where we started again. We look at the delta, what's going on. It's a lot of buying. So the longs are starting to come back in here. I need to update XO. I updated it on my laptop and then it's reverted back again. I'm way behind on this because I haven't had internet on this computer for such a long time. Yeah, not done much. Darth Maul candle, and then we're back to where we started again. If this goes up a little bit higher, and then the shorts look a bit better. Maybe like the value area higher, where we were before. So if we do come up here, you'd have a decent opportunity for some shorts again. Let's see if it's going to kill me, because I said gun to my head I'd take a short position there, and that would be I'd die if we come up here. So if we come up here again, I'm dead. If we come down here, you're all dead. That's the deal. I've got my guns. We'll see who's going to win. That was the worst impression ever. You can tell I'm not American because I don't know how to make gun noises. Oh, what a lovely day it is outside. Not. Do you trade inverse or USDT perp? I trade both more often than not, the USDT perp. I'll take longer, like more swing tradey ideas on the inverse, because then I'm just like gradually just getting a little bit more Bitcoin. I'm not too worried about how much Bitcoin I have. So yeah, like the meandery grid trading, like in and out, slowly kind of trading I do on the inverse. It used to be the complete opposite. So I used to do that kind of trading on the USDT. But now I do that kind of trading just basically off of grids, in and out, scale in, scale out on the inverse. And then on the USDT, I do more of my day trading and my scalp trading. But it used to be flipped the other way. But I just prefer now the USDT, what that gives me on the lower time frames. Back up to value area high. Need more water, hold on. It's so weird, right? You know, I had that like little phase out moment earlier, my little daydream moment, where my brain went to mush. I don't it's kind of crazy. I don't like remember it at all. Like I just basically just like passed out. I have to watch the stream back when those things happen and see like what kind of nonsense I was talking, because my brain is doing one thing and I'm still trying to keep talking normally. Yeah. How many likes do we have on this? We are at only 55 likes. Right, come on. Okay, do your job, everyone. We've got 195 viewers in here. And look, if you are new to the channel, it's called straight. I hope not. I'm too young for that. Well, I'm not, actually. Anyone can have it, but still. COVID nanobots, probably. Yeah, probably. Anyway, yeah, please do visit toroscrypto.com if you are enjoying the content here. If you would like to support our content, or if you would like to learn from people like myself that randomly black out on a stream and do this weirdness, generally, like, we're actually pretty good traders, so I think you can learn a lot, and I think the crew would tell you that you do learn a lot. We do live trading sessions on a daily basis. We've got a ton of educational content. I mean, probably more educational content than you could watch in a lifetime, because there's quite a few of us that are coaching over there, and we're doing like multiple things a day. We've got our playbook strategies, so these are strategies that you can use again, like whenever the opportunity arises. These are day trading strategies. We've got a ton of resources you can use and things like that. We share our setups. So so far this year, okay, we're on a run of 6 wins, 1 loss, just on Bitcoin alone. Okay, so we're sharing all of these and journaling all of these in, excuse my messy thingy. So these are all the trades that we've been taking recently, and obviously this is the one that lost and got stopped, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's another one that's disappeared, this one here. Why is it not showing? Where is it? Where's the position? This is what happens when I stream and all the positions disappear. But yeah, there's 6 in a row, and then we made a loss yesterday. Oh my god, I'm not even on the thingy-majiggy. So we share all of our setups like this, and we do have another setup that was from yesterday that we traded from down here and closed out at the high and then took a short. Hindsight, should have just held the long, and we would be 7 from 7 and we'd be in a massive profit right now, but that's trading for you. So if you want to like join the crew, learn all about that kind of stuff, follow along with what we're doing, then this is stuff that we do. We've got a great community over there, really, really friendly community, very helpful, always talking about every setup. We focus on the low risk, high reward setups. So losses are part of that. They happen because we're trying to take low risk on those. We've got some good partnerships, and we've got our amazing support, who is just P mainly, and the rest of the coaches and the moderators who are always on hand to answer any questions you may have. If I had some money on a YouTube trader, you'd be one of my top 2 picks. Ooh, thank you very much. Who's the second one? Out of interest, who's my competition, Mountain Climber? Who is my competition? I'm in some nice long positions at the moment, so we'll see how those go along. Obviously stopped out on Bitcoin and Ethereum on the shorts earlier, but I'm in some good long positions on some altcoins. There's some good stuff. Sushi always does well during volatility. Every time Bitcoin seems to get a big move, Sushi seems to react really, really nicely to that. Eric Crown. Okay. Yeah, I can accept that. I think he's a reasonably good trader. I used to watch some of his stuff back in the day. Oh, I don't know if he's a good trader. I think he's a good, I don't know. I've never paid enough attention to know if he trades. He's the guy that just puts a lot of places, and they're fairly good. He has a fairly good feel of the market. I agree. That's the level we should be at. Like tell all your friends. We're going to be doing a big push. Oh my God, have I just been killed? No, not yet. Whew. If this alert goes off, you've just killed me, because I said that I'd favor some downside. What else should we talk about? I'm not going to do this as a long stream. I mean, we've had all the fun. We're coming up to an hour now that I've been live, and I've already done a video today. I've already done some trades today, and yeah, probably time for me to get some rest, because clearly my brain is strange. Yeah, I've got more hair, so that counts. I mean, that's the guy who's got like the crazy hair. He's got like a big bald patch, and then he just side combs it over or whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Alexander Sorokin, you missed the live stream. I mean, you can always rewind it back and watch again. What video have you done this morning? I mean, I did a whole market update this morning. So I did a whole market update this morning, Delirium. You've got to pay attention here. What's the upcoming thoughts? I mean, I think we've had our fun. I think we hit into the 2 VWAP bands, which is normally what I look to do when trading. So you're looking at the outer band up here. Of course, we didn't quite come and take the high. So I would have gone short within here, long within here, back to the mean and just return on as normal. So at this stage, I think we're still in an uptrend. So you still do have to treat it as an uptrend. Yeah. So if we do start taking the lows, that starts to change things, but we are still in an uptrend. And maybe that takes us over towards my bigger macro view of the fact that we could be seeing something along the lines of this that takes us on into kind of the rest of the year, really, from here. And also, I've got to share this as well. Again, I shared this earlier on today. Any move up, if I was to look at another major level, then this is the main thing I'm looking at on both. I could probably give him a run for his money on the I don't know, the Eric Crown thing. I'm just commenting on that. Yeah, if we do continue this trend, we're short Ethereum. And if you look at where the BTC pair is, actually looks very bullish, the BTC pair. And it does look as if it can go on a real run for the next few months. So Ethereum looks very good. And we could be seeing a move up all the way up here, potentially off of that, just by how well it's consolidated within this range and looking for a push higher off of here. However, on the short term, it is approaching what, as a sensible trade idea, would be just continuing on with this trend here. And if we do start to impulse up, let's say Bitcoin continues, then ETH's got a really good chance of coming up to around about that $1,600 region on here. So yeah, there's a lot to be semi-excited about on Ethereum. Looks like a decent break that we've had, and if the BTC pair can follow through, then what am I doing? Then it looks quite good. Yeah, where are the EMAs at? So let's look on the daily, just out of interest. I'm going to do this on spot. I prefer EMAs off of spot. So a move up towards the 200 on Ethereum, 1,500. You could easily go to 1.6 and then start closing some below. But everything's pointing towards, this is a healthy for now. Bitcoin, yeah, you're looking okay, right? On the 4 hour, you're trading above all of them. You got the 50 on the weekly. Is this the one that you're referring to? No, that's the 21 week. So you got the 21 week EMAs coming in around that 1-to-1 on Bitcoin, and we're already through that. So you do have that 50 EMA weekly coming up here. There's a bunch of things going on. You don't want to use too many things when you come to trading. I like to use the EMAs on the daily time frame. I like to use the EMAs on the 4 hour time frame. And if I'm just looking at general trends within the market, I like to use them on the 15-minute as well. And you can see that was part of the confluence from yesterday, coming into that 15-minute 200 EMA and getting a decent bounce off of their supporting price on the way up. Yeah, and then we got the long position that should still be in now, to be honest, if I wasn't overtraded it slightly. I'm about to get killed, which is a good thing because I want to end the stream. So if we take the highs, I'm afraid I've got to end the stream because yeah. Young Super, when you put me on payroll, I'll organise an interview with you and Crown. It'll be gold. All right, you're hired for what is it? You're a beer drinker, an Aussie. So I'll grab you a case a month of 12 pack of beer. How much does that cost? 12-pack of beer a month for young super. You're hired. Exactly. Bearish CBD at the moment. What are your thoughts? I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah. I mean, with the way this is looking, you'd have to say it's more likely to be leading. Because USDT hasn't taken the highs. Yeah, because the USDT pair hasn't taken. Whoa. Because the USDT pair hasn't taken the highs. I think that's still probably going to happen. And you guys are going to... Ready? There you go. I don't think we've done it yet, but when the alert goes off, then that's me dead, because... Yeah. I can't afford young super, that's a shame. Let me take off these old positions here. I so need to clean up these charts. It's been a very messy chart start to the year for myself. Did anyone take the scalp off the daily open? Because that was, I mean, that's one of the scenarios we just spoke about. So anybody? Raise your hand if you took the scalp off the daily open. You're up 2.5%. And we're in an uptrend, so that's the level that we had here. That's the level we were looking at. It hit the alert. I didn't have a chance to trade it, but if anyone did trade it, then fair play. You listened. Well done. Young super, that would be good. I need to do a few more collaborations with other content creators, for sure. We'll do another one with Jay soon. I'll set that up. But if there's anyone else, then we will do that. Right, I think I'm probably going to wrap things up because it's been an hour. It's not done much, has it? I mean, we had what we like to see happen for all of this, which is the 2 out of VWAP bands into support, into daily open, taking out the highs. So you had a couple of good trades, but they were so fast. Like, to actually try and take them is like, yeah, tricky. Are we still getting that like massive selling on? Oh my god, what's going on here? Let's restart this. Yeah, we're still getting those spot divergences, aren't we? The market really does not believe that things are about to turn around and go bullish. All these people selling their spot. Risky game. You don't want to be selling all of your holdings. We're still right at the top of this. Eesh. Legends have it. Do you tend to market in more than limit? It kind of depends on the type of trade. I've been doing a lot of limit orders recently just because I've had a much more relaxed style of trading. So Yeah, I've been doing more limit orders. When I'm back into more of like a scalpy day tradey flow, then I get very much more like market buy, market sell. But recently it's been, yeah, fairly chilled for me because I haven't had the internet connection for most of the year so far. I've mainly just been placing things where I'd like them to go, sticking with the plan and just seeing how the plan plays out, rather than like really actively trading and watching things. But yeah, when I'm active in the market and I'm taking the scalp trades, often it's like a market in, limit out kind of situation. Luckily, like yeah, fees aren't. I've been trading a lot of spot recently as well, so yeah, been trading a lot more spot. That's been quite nice because you do have the P&L analysis on spot now. So even for scalp trades, that's been quite good because I tend to keep it low leverage anyway. Can it be on Benjamin Karen instead of JC? I mean, everybody, look, we got to mobilize the community here. If there's people that you want collaborations with, start hitting up their YouTube channels, start hitting them up on Twitter. Um, I'll send messages with like myself, P, other members of the team can send messages. We need to start getting a bit more traction on the YouTube. This is why we suck at marketing, like we really do. But I think we should be a lot higher than we are in terms of numbers, and I think we will be a lot higher than we are. The problem for myself is I've got such a focus on trading and such a focus on trying to help the crew that I do neglect the public side of things a little bit, because it's a big time drain. So if I can do a bit more of that, if crew, I'm asking this because crew are the ones who are my main focus as always. Um, then they are the supporters of the channel. So executive vote goes to the crew. So if you're happy for me to go away and like to start putting out the feelers for a bit more public video content and things like that, which may mean I'm not around quite so much because I've got to do the businessy nonsense marketing stuff, then I will happily do that. But I'll still obviously be around in the crew. I don't even know what I'm talking about. I'm just talking. Hire a marketing community manager. Yeah, but the problem is we need to get the numbers up in order to in order to do that. So no, exactly. See, the crew are greedy. They want us around all the time, and so they should. So that's the dilemma here. But yeah, maybe we need someone just to. I've tried hiring like a pure marketing person before, and they were terrible. Yeah. So anyway, if any of you in the crew and any of you watching want to help out with that, start hitting up other YouTubers, start tweeting them, say get this guy on your show, get this guy on here, and I'll happily speak to anyone in the crypto world. So yeah. This has got boring, hasn't it? This has got boring. What more do we have to say? Yeah, we've spoken about, where do we have that on? I mean, yeah, this is the one, isn't it? BLX. You're not really there yet. Yeah. Yeah, we are there. So we are looking at the potential of it's a diagonal. Redraw them to fit whatever you want, but we had this previously, okay, where we had that range being put in and then dropped, and that's it. So we could be looking at more of a legit type of breakout on that. May sound, who hasn't he blocked? Accidentally in long from daily open. Well done, Sylvester. Well done. Yeah, I'm going to wrap things up there. Okay. Yeah, if I have any final thoughts, we're still waiting for the open, the New York Open. So if we can come take highs again, we've had a lot of excitement over the past couple of days. So we'll see what this has in store. If we're looking towards what the S&P, oh my God, look at it. There it is. So it has, like, S&P's hit target. Bitcoin's well on its way to hitting target. This is critical. It really is quite critical where price is at the moment, because this will be a second attempt. We had the fake out previously. We had that big fake out across a lot of the markets, and now is there an opportunity to break and hold? Bitcoin's already broken. Can it hold? Ethereum's basically already broken, and can it hold? And we're looking at a similar situation here on the S&P. So with the dollar coming into support, again, macro support that we've been looking at for some time, is that going to bounce? Yeah, we'll find out very soon. So if that can't bounce and we start dropping it even further, then these could be some seriously, like, break and hold, and market starts to look really good. But be aware, okay, I'm not saying that we're going to rally like this, but I'd certainly say be aware that we could see at least, I mean, yeah, even if we're looking just back here at that stage, because you are still in a downtrend, but I would expect a bounce from the dollar. I do think that is going to cause a bit of a pullback. It's just whether the markets can break through that point and start to hold before. Yeah. So general thoughts are, we're kind of bullish at the moment. We remain in that way, but I don't think that is, yeah, it's going to start getting a little bit scary for the bulls in the not so distant future, depending on what the dollar does and everything else. And then, yeah, like we were looking at earlier, you're looking at pullbacks on the risk assets, and you're looking at the energy assets and currencies, especially the dollar, anything tied to the dollar, oil, gas, having a rebound, if I'm looking on the higher time frames. So let's wait and see. Anyway, thank you, everybody. We have covered everything. If there's anything that I have not covered, then tough, because you've had enough opportunity to ask, and I think I've answered a lot of questions. And yeah, we'll see what the rest of the day has in store. Have a great day, and I will see you again very soon. Cheers. Bye.